This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. In just a few days, construction will begin on the new Atlanta Braves stadium. But at the last moment, the project was dealt a strange turn as the main contractor backed out. ABC7's Christopher Brantley joins us from Northport with more. Christopher?
Good evening. The Atlanta-based company Brassfield & Gore backed out, but their loss is the gain of a Sarasota-based company called Tandem Construction. It's nothing but shell right now. Starting Monday, work begins.
These things take a long time. It's been about 2 years of negotiating and finding just the right place, just the right partners.
This will be the place, but the partners have changed.
The first company, Brassfield & Gore, were ideal for getting things started. They put the site prep work in place and got the design and all that needs to go in beforehand.
For the actual building of the stadium, the Atlanta-based company would need to move a large staff down to Northport to oversee construction. In the end, they felt that would be too costly.
They felt like it would be better to have a local company do this, that it was actually more cost-effective for all involved.
Their loss at the construction company in Atlanta is our county's benefit to our business.
Perhaps unsurprisingly, Bill Gunnan, director of the Northport Area Chamber of Commerce, is thrilled because local workers will be getting the work.
As everybody's worried about Braves coming in and all these tax dollars going toward to the Braves in the private sector, this is just the beginning of what the benefits is going to happen with the Braves.
Beyond the economic benefits, the West Villages believes this will make the job easier because the locals know the area best.
They know our climate. They know exactly what they are getting into, how our soil is. So it's really ideal to have somebody that is just a few miles away come down here to do this.
Monday will be the official groundbreaking. You can actually see the tent that will host that ceremony right there behind me. Now, the West Villages insist that this changeover of contractors will not hamper their schedule. They still plan to host the first game here in February of 2019. Live in Northport, Christopher Brantley, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you so much, Christopher. Well, it's week 8 in high school football, and we're starting to get a clearer picture of who may make the playoffs. Tonight, it's the big school in Manatee County versus the big school in Sarasota. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo joins us now live at Riverview High School with our game of the week. Dwayne?
Well, Jackie, this game is our big Class 8 matchup. The 3-1 Manatee Hurricanes travel south to face the 4-1 Riverview Rams. Both teams are undefeated in districts, and they have momentum going into this game at this point, scoring a combined 108 points last week. The Canes lost to Palmetto their first game of the season, but won their next 3 games thereafter. Joshua Booker and Keon Fordham are the key players for Manatee High School, and it's this coach, Coach Joshua Smithers for Riverview, that has to handle these boys. How are you going to how's Riverview going to handle this team as a whole?
Well, we got a lot of speed on defense, so it starts with our defense, and we play fast. We're attacking on defense, and we're going to do the same thing on offense. We're going to try to play as fast as we can and see what happens.
Now, the first few, or I should say the first 5 games of the season, there was a lot of weather issues. Now, weather is starting to kind of agree with us. Have your boys been kind of acclimated to playing every week now?
Yeah, we're definitely kind of back in the groove. It's still been, with the 3 games that we had the last 9 days, still been a little bit different, but, our guys are very resilient. They love playing football, and it doesn't matter what day of the week. If there's some officials out there on the ball, we'll play.
Now, you guys won district last year, a different point system, a different system this year with the points. I mean, how do you feel that you will fare this system with the point system being in place now for FHSAA?
Well, it's hard to say, but for us, it's a must-win. If we win this game, we're district champs, and if you lose, you may not go at all. So we'd like to try to keep our destiny in our own hands by getting a W tonight.
Well, Coach, thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And Jackie, I got to say, last night the Bradenton Bayshore High School, the Bruins played Wauchula Hardee. We'll have highlights of that game. That was a great game. You got to catch out the highlights at Football Friday night, 11:15 tonight. Jackie, back to you.
clearly an important game tonight, but there is a few chances of rain in the forecast. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Thanks, Jacqueline. Just a few isolated showers are possible, and they may not hit the stadiums where the games are being played tonight. We have had a brief shower here and there, and most of that now is starting to wind down, at least on our coast, but still some action well inland. You can see one lone shower there in the north end of Anna Maria Island. There's some activity down south into Charlotte County, heading off toward Rotunda and Placida. You can see most of the rain, though, that has moved through is out in the Gulf, continuing to move off to the west. Had there been a sea breeze around, these showers would be holed up here and they'd be developing a little stronger, but there's no sea breeze to worry about, so any rain that does develop should move through rather quickly if it interrupts the game at all. Now you can see that rainfall, a little bit of light rain now in Anna Maria. Not much down to Lakewood Ranch, Sarasota to Osprey, and down south, I mentioned near Rotunda, there's some showers heading in your direction. But for the time being, out at Sarasota Bay near the Ringling Bridge, looking pretty good. Currently, we have partly cloudy skies and 78. The rain has cooled things down just a little bit there. We have an east wind at 7 and the pressure 2994, and that has been falling ever so slightly. Well, more in the weekend weather forecast and have much more. Take a look at that tropical system coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you, Jacqueline.
All right, thanks so much, Bob. If you want to stay up to date on the latest local news, we are proud to announce our new ABC7 My Suncoast News app. If you're an iPhone or iPad user and currently have our news app, you'll want to go to the App Store now and search for WWSB or My Suncoast. It's completely free and provides the most comprehensive news coverage for Sarasota, Manatee, Charlotte, Hardee, and DeSoto counties. Android users don't have to worry because you will get a new version downloaded automatically. Well, Florida's red light camera law may soon reach a dead end. This week, Florida lawmakers voting to back elimination of the devices by July 1st of 2021. It's the only committee that will hear the bill before the issue moves to the House floor during the 2018 legislative session. According to a December 2016 survey by the State Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles, 59 cities and counties reported using red light cameras. Motorists cited for red light camera violations face a $158 fine, and backers of the removal say the cameras are more important to local governments as a source of revenue than as a traffic safety measure.
While it was well intended way back when it first passed, I think we're seeing now that the data just isn't proving that that it's reducing crashes, it's changing behavior.
Opposers of the move argue that the cameras are improving road safety, while the Florida League of Cities say local governments should be allowed to make their own decisions about the cameras under the state's home rule policy. President Trump declaring today that the Iran nuclear deal is no longer in U.S. national security interests, but he isn't withdrawing from the landmark move. The 2015 agreement was negotiated over 18 months by the Obama administration and with world powers including Russia, China, and European allies. The decision today stops short of pulling the U.S. out, but puts Congress in charge of whether or not to follow up with action. ABC's Serena Marshall reports on what that means from Washington.
President Trump breaking with world leaders, saying Iran is not living up to the spirit of the Iran nuclear deal.
We cannot and will not make this certification.
Well, he fell short of pulling the U.S. out of the deal, which lifted punishing sanctions on the Iranian regime for limits on and inspections of its nuclear program. He did decertify the agreement and also imposed new sanctions on Iran's Revolutionary Guard for supporting terrorism. Trump vows that his policy will mean
that Iran never, and I mean never, acquires a nuclear weapon.
The agreement, however, was meant to do just that.
By decertifying the Iran deal, the president would be undermining this important deal that is preventing Iran from pursuing nuclear weapons.
With the decision, the president goes against the advice of many in his own security team and isolates the U.S. against our closest allies, who say Iran is abiding by the spirit of the deal. The European Union's top diplomat says ending the deal that was negotiated internationally isn't the president's choice.
We cannot afford, as international community, as Europe for sure, to dismantle a nuclear agreement that is working and delivering.
Iran says it's America who's made clear its lack of adherence to the deal and its spirit. The move essentially punts the issue to Congress. But if Congress can't reach an agreement the president likes,
then the agreement will be terminated.
The governments of France, Germany, and the United Kingdom issuing a joint statement saying they are concerned over the implications of the United States decertifying the nuclear deal, but they remain committed to making sure it is maintained. Serena Marshall, ABC News, Washington.
Meanwhile, President Trump is dismantling Obamacare step by step. A critical element of the Affordable Care Act killed overnight when the White House announced that insurance payments it had been paying for months were unlawful and did not have congressional funding and would be stopped immediately.
We're going to have great health care in our country. We're taking a little different route than we had hoped because getting Congress, they forgot what their pledges were. So we're going a little different route. But you know what? In the end, it's going to be just as effective, and maybe it'll even be better.
Those payments help lower co-pays and deductibles for about 7 million low-income Americans. Insurance companies had warned that the instability in the marketplace came from the lack of security in knowing if those payments would be made. New York Senator Charles Schumer vows that Democrats will restore the funding and may tie it to a bill in December to keep the government running. Still to come on your Suncoast News, do you feel sluggish during the day? Maybe you aren't drinking enough water. How much you should really be drinking? Coming up next.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if your loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Watch your Suncoast News at 6 on your streaming device for a chance to win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just watch weekdays at 6 for the word of the week. Then enter the word at mysuncoast.com for your shot at a $50 Visa. We'll pick the winner each week. Good luck.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Are you feeling tired, maybe moody during the day, or are you drinking enough water? Kim Hutcherson tells us how much is enough in today's Health Minute.
Drinking at least 8 8-ounce glasses of water a day is probably advice you've heard before.
Water regulates the body temperature, helps deliver nutrients to cells, protects sensitive tissue, and hydrates our skin. Water keeps our kidneys and liver from working overtime to get rid of toxins in our bodies. And most importantly, it keeps us hydrated. Water makes up about 60% of our body weight. And while most can live without food for weeks, dehydration can kill within days or even hours, depending on the temperature and your environment. Dehydration can also be mistaken for hunger, while the body is actually craving water. The amount of water your body needs each day may differ from someone else's. The National Academy of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine says that 3.7 liters of fluid is needed every day for the average healthy male, and about 2.7 liters for women. But you don't have to drink your weight in water to replenish the body's water supply. Eating fruits and vegetables such as lettuce, cucumbers, watermelon, and grapes helps too. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, Casey Key webcam showing a pretty decent day throughout much of the morning, and then a few brief showers have been moving out into the Gulf as they've been traversing across the peninsula from east to west this evening, and looks like a few more could be possible, but right now the activity is starting to wind down a little bit, so your Friday evening forecast looking pretty good. If you're going to go out for a jog or a walk or bike ride, looks like most areas will stay dry and the football games should go on. And there may be a brief sprinkle here and there, but for the most part, you can see the showers are few and far between. There was a little bit more action just about an hour ago, and that gives you indication that things are starting to calm down a little bit. But as I said, I wouldn't be surprised to see one or two showers kind of ripping on by. They're moving to the west pretty good, too, so they're not going to stick around even if they do push in. And they haven't been producing much lightning. I've only seen really 3 lightning strikes earlier this afternoon. Along the east coast, there's a little bit more precipitation there, and this is moisture that will eventually feed into our area tomorrow and give us a better chance for a few late day showers and storms. 78 right now. The dew point is at 75. Winds are out of the east at 7. And the pressure now 29.94 inches. It's falling ever so slightly. Our temperature has been above average all week long. You know, we started at 92 on Tuesday, 91 on Wednesday, and then 89 today. 89 degrees, well above the average of 86, and 93 is the record set back in 2009. This morning's low was above it too. It's 75 degrees. Typically, we're in the upper 60s for lows to start things off. Well, 0.08 of an inch of rainfall so far for the month. That's it for the year. We've been stuck on that 61-inch total so far for a long time. Tomorrow, maybe a little bit better chance for showers and thunderstorms to be a little bit more widespread, but still, it's not going to be a washout. It does not appear, but the rain chances will be a little bit better. Still, temperatures in the upper 80s there. We take a look at the futurecast showing those showers moving through pretty quickly. Saturday, showers and storms coming in the afternoon. Same story on Sunday with a good chance for scattered showers and storms, mainly in the afternoon and evening on Sunday. Now in the tropics, all is quiet in the Caribbean right now where water temperatures are very warm. This area here is being sheared apart. It's a fairly large tropical wave, if you will, moving to the west right now. Some deep convection developing here. We'll keep an eye on it as it traverses off to the west, but conditions are not favorable for that to develop into anything at this point. And we talked about it earlier. We still have Ophelia way out there in the Atlantic, which is still a strong hurricane. Top winds at 100 miles an hour, gusts higher than that. And it really hasn't lost much punch, despite the fact it's over some relatively cooler water here. So there's a lot more going on than just the warm water that drives these storms. We have a warm air sector there in the lower levels of the atmosphere, which is really firing those storms off. Some showers now over Wisconsin, northern Illinois, but generally a zonal flow. There's no real push of significant cold air across the southeast. There's some showers and some snow showers in the northern Rockies right now, but that is about it. As far as we're concerned, temperatures staying warm all throughout the southeast into the upper 80s to low 90s there. Dallas now at 92 degrees. Sarasota has cooled down after a high today at 89. That's a result of a shower that moved through earlier. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s over the northern plains. For boaters, east winds will be a bit brisk to start the day off at 15 knots, subside to 5 to 10. Later in the afternoon, seas running 2 to 3 feet with a moderate chop out there. Tides upcoming on the screen. There they are, 10:28 for the next high tide. And the forecast tonight, scattered storms, partly cloudy skies, and warm temperatures, northeast winds 5 to 10. And then for tomorrow, we'll see partly cloudy skies, showers and storms scattered about in the afternoon, a high of 88, east winds at 5 to 10. And the extended forecast is calling for You guessed it, scattered storms right through Monday. I had a chance to get out and do some fishing finally with Captain Johnny. After we had that, we don't have it right now. Is that what I'm telling? No fishing. That's disappointing. We'll see if we can get that later.
It was a great video. We have to get that in maybe later in the show.
That's too bad. Anyway, you can see it online too.
All right, well, time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. If you plan on heading northbound, you may want to avoid the interstate. Drivers are still seeing some backups from Bee Ridge Road past the State Road 64 exit. Well, the IRS is putting its contract with Equifax on hold. The credit reporting agency was hacked earlier this year, which potentially exposed personal information of some 143 million Americans. But new information emerged on Thursday that Equifax may have been hit for a second time, forcing the IRS to temporarily suspend its $7.2 million contract. The company says the second hack only affected a vendor, but not the Equifax systems. But to be safe, the tax agency will review the company's security systems during that suspension. The IRS says there is no evidence that any of its data was compromised. Over 400 Wells Fargo Bank branches are closing. The banking giant says its third quarter profits fell by 18% because it set aside $1 billion for legal expenses. If you remember, those legal expenses are linked to federal and state investigations over the bank's sale of subprime and other mortgages prior to the 2008 financial crisis. All of this comes as the bank still deals with that ongoing fallout from scandals, including the fake account fiasco that left the bank in turmoil for the past year. The bank plans to offset rising legal costs by cutting expenses for $4 billion by the end of 2019. Well, stay with us. Entertainment news is coming up next.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Watch your Suncoast News at 6 on your streaming device for a chance to win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just watch weekdays at 6 for the word of the week. Then enter the word at mysuncoast.com for your shot at a $50 Visa. We'll pick the winner each week. Good luck.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
As the Game of Thrones cast goes into filming for the series' final season, the security for this season is the tightest yet. During an interview this week, the actor who plays Jaime Lannister on the show spoke about the lengths that HBO was going through to prevent any spoilers. He says actors in each scene are equipped with earpieces and are fed their dialogue to deliver line by line. The actors never even see a script. HBO has not announced the air date for the 8th and final season. Meanwhile, DC has released the latest trailer for Justice League, but for fans hoping for a glimpse of Superman in the new trailer, they will be a bit disappointed. Although the Man of Steel was seemingly killed at the end of Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, there has been a lot of speculation that he will be reincarnated for the latest movie in the DC universe. However, with the movie's release date just over a month away, there's still no sign of Superman in the film's promotional material. Well, stay with us. We'll be back with more news and weather after this.